Hello everybody, hope you're all good. Just tending to change the tyres on my little Xiaomi Pro scooter. I've changed the back tyre. That's pretty easy to change. You've just got to pop off the little covers here. Torx 10 Allen bolts hold the little plastic cover that covers over these two screws. Same on this side. If you're lucky, you'll be able to just flick out the reflectors. My reflectors had been, I guess, just with the sun, they'd gone all brittle. So when I tried to dig them out with my knife, they just broke up. So I'm going to order some new reflectors to stick back in to cover over the bolts. So this is quite straightforward. Once you've got the wheel out, it just slides out. Once you've taken the screws out, it just slides out. It's in a little profile just here. See, like a little profile. It's a little flat on either side of the shaft, so that it comes out past the caliper. Not very easy to get the tyre on. You got to really lay into it. What I do is I put the tube inside of the tyre and then put the tube through the put the valve through the valve hole, put the little cap on that just to stop it pulling back out again, and then put the tyre on, one side of the tyre on. Of course you do that before you put the valve through the hole, and then start at one side of the tyre to put the other side of the tyre on. And then I just put my knee on either side, so put your knees on either side of where you're at and just slowly work your way towards the top of the tyre. Pretty heavy going. I had to use some large tyre levers in the end. So the type that I use for my motorbike, I use these ones here. That was the only way I could do it. The little plastic ones, they went really up to it at that stage. Now the front tyre, that's a bit of a deal. So you can see my tyre's very badly worn down. So I've got my new tyre to go on the front as well. There is a direction, so make sure you've got it rolling in the right direction. Now you'll need an 18mm spanner to undo the two nuts which are on the shaft here, and you also have to take the cover off here as well. Again, my little reflectors broke off, so I'm going to have to get reflectors for the front as well as the back. And on this side here you've got the same thing. Once you've taken the reflector off, then you can undo the screws and take the cover off. The bolts will be fairly tight. It looks like they Loctite them in place, so they're fairly hard to get. So the nuts are fairly hard to get off. And remove your valve, of course. Air down your tyres. So this one I'm not anticipating it's going to be very easy, because I'm leaving the cable connected to the scooter. So the actual cable runs down behind the cover here, and it goes in there into the grommet onto the frame. A bit of light in there. You can see the nut there, the 18mm nut. If everything goes smoothly, I'll hopefully be alright. I might have to reposition the scooter on its side so I can sort of really work with the wheel, because I don't want to put any pressure on the cable. And if this all goes to plan, which I hope it will do, it's going to be a quick way of replacing the front tyre without having to take the bottom cover off and unplug the cables off the controller for the motor and remove the motor completely from the scooter. Don't really want to go to that much trouble. So I got new tube, new tyre. Back one here's got the new tube in the tyre as well. They're just little 8.5-inch tyres, and because of that they're quite hard to stretch on. You don't have a lot of give in them compared to, say, some of the larger motorcycle tyres. Anyway, if you're thinking about changing tyres on this Xiaomi, give it a go. You can't go too far wrong. You might have to invest in some decent tyre irons, tyre levers. They'll be useful anyway in the future, and I'm sure you'll save yourself a few dollars compared to taking it to a dealer. be very careful not to pinch your tube. Make sure that your tyre lever is actually touching the wheel itself. You'll feel the friction of the tyre lever on the alloy. If you're on the tube at any stage, you'll puncture the tube, and that'll be a new tube required. So thank you for viewing. Many thanks to all my new subscribers. Work has been very busy recently, and I just haven't had time to put up some new videos. But I'm really happy with my little Xiaomi Pro. I use it to go to work on. It's just that I thought that the tyres were getting down a bit, and we know like this, it's quite easy for them to get a puncture. They're quite thin, and so the tyres for these are quite cheap, and so I thought I'd go ahead and change the tyres. I thought it'd be a fairly easy job, but I've decided now that I'll do this front wheel tomorrow. It's going to probably take a couple of hours, to be honest. It's not going to be that straightforward. The back one took a little while. Mainly just was quite hard to stretch over. The dismantling of the wheel from the scooter is quite straightforward. Okay, I'll make a quick video once I've got the whole job completed. I might take you for a little ride on a scooter with me. This thing really gets up and goes. I'm really impressed with it, actually. It's got the larger battery in the motor compared to my old one that I had. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Okay, thank you for viewing.